Hello and welcome to what is going to be a digital chip install for the SP43 in this Revo Slot GT2 Porsche. So beautiful car and just fantastic out of the box. One of the things I noticed here on the chassis, the tire actually rubs inside the wheel well. Now I don't know if that tire needs to go more inboard, but it's sitting here flush, which looks really cool. Where the rears are more inboard, you can tell there. This one not so much. That one's kind of sticks out, but looks like that's going to take some fine tuning because that gap, I don't know if it's going to focus here, you could get body rub. So I've not done one of these before, so I got to figure that part out. But I think the front can be dealt with by bringing the wheels inside the wheel wells as opposed to the way they're currently set up right now. So I'll pop the body off. I've already undid the screws, so that's easy enough. And right away you're just astonished. Your wife has jewelry. We've got Revo slots. So when it comes to fine, intricate, beautifully detailed piece of machinery here. So there's not a lot to it. You've got the motor pod. I'm gonna call it the motor pod section in the middle, because you can induce floats here. You got 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they've got nuts on this side. Some people put Loctite on those once they get it styled in the way they want. I will do that, but once I've got everything set up. The other thing that I found, I've done one of these cars before, was I'm not 100% sure where to add weight, and we're putting magnets in this one because it's going to run on a Carrera track, so I'm going to probably put the magnet out back here, right on the axle on the rears. I didn't want to put it any further back in the body, because what that would do is you'd have a pendulum when you're going around the corners, which would be cool for drift. You'd be like, bonsai! But you really want the car to stay planted. Another thing that I'm going to do, so I got digital chip. We're going to have to install the magnets, possibly put some weight up front here, around these, maybe here just in front of the wheels, so it's right by the guide, or here underneath the axle. I don't think I'd want to put it any further back. Again, I've not tuned one of these cars before. This is my first experience, so you guys are going through it with me. And then, to get really adventurous, I was going to change the guide from the standard guide to a Frankenslot. So I have the Frankenslot here. Let me just go grab it. Squeeze them off. Through the magic of television, I'll add that in, or editing. I'll add that in afterwards, but I do have a Frankenslot guide for it that I'm going to put on there. So right away, what do I need? You need an SP43. Here it is, and this is the package it comes in. So I'm just going to open it up. Now it has the noise reducer. I guess this is for interference, and they say you should solder that inline on your positive side to your motor. And then you've got, boom, your chip. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Now I'm going to have to go and refer to my wiring diagram because I can't remember. This is the IR sensor right there. If I point this out with my handy dandy screwdriver pointer, there's the IR chip right there. So that would go right here, where they've conveniently put a hole for you in the chassis. Now you'll notice that there's a nut there, so what I'm going to have to do is, when I'm mounting it, and like I said, I've done one of these before, so it was a little bit of a learning experience. It's going to go there. But what I did, because I didn't want any of the integrated circuits making contact with anything metal, probably not a good idea. I'm going to go ahead right now and just take a piece of tape. So just normal black electrical tape. to cut it like that. We're going to put a little notch in it for the IR sensor. Right about there. It looks like it's going to work. About the right size. And fold that over. You can cut it off if you want. And then basically I'm doing this to the bottom of the chip. I'm going to pull it back to expose the IR sensor, but provide protection for all the other integrated circuitry around it. And just stick it on like that. So, boop, it's literally, man, I'm noisy today. I'm making some noises. Apparently I make noises. My kids always thought it was funny because I'd be like, swoosh, we're doing this. Swoosh, we're driving down the road. Whee! Anyway, here we go. And so trim that up like that. And I'm just going to fold it up here by the plug. Cool thing, cool, just like that. And I don't know if you guys can see that. So she's pretty much, now it's protected. It's got a little, you know, it's got the electrical tape there to protect the circuitry. IR sensor's exposed. So cool thing about these plugs. This is the Scale Electric direct plug-in for DPR ready cars. So you would unplug your DPR the hatch and put this chip in, replace it, and straight plug in. That's your motor, your lights, and your power coming in. It's all in that one plug from Scale Electric. So that would be an easy install for if you're converting Scale Electric to Carrera. Boom, direct plug. A little bit of more work involved with the Carrera or any other car. I've got the, I can't remember what these are called, JSTs? I might be wrong, but I'm going to, these plugs, you can get them, they also come from Slot It, and these now would be my leads to my motor, my leads to my guides. So, and they'll plug in like that. So let me get started.